Ang isang question ko sa English teachers is ito, ah, mag-a-assign pa ba kayo ng essay writing homework sa students nyo kahit may access na sila sa ChatGPT sa bahay? Paano natin ititrain ang mga estudyante sa essay writing kung meron na silang access sa ChatGPT na pwedeng gumawa ng assignment nila? Good evening po. This is Elmer Epistola. Welcome to my channel. So, paano nga ba isa-solve ng English teacher itong problema na to? Kasi yung ability to write essays is really a very important skill for any student. Kasi diyan sila nasasanay magbuo ng ideas and i-express ito through proper construction of sentences, etc. So napakahalaga po ng ability to write essays or write in general. Actually napakahalaga po yung skill niyan for any student. So kahit meron na pong ChatGPT, I think the teacher should really innovate as far as teaching is concerned so that they can continue training their students to write essays or to write in general. Ang isang question ko sa English teachers is ito, mag-a-assign pa ba kayo ng essay writing homework sa students nyo kahit may access na sila sa ChatGPT sa bahay? Kasi wala naman pong isang correct answer dyan eh. Yung ibang teachers will still feel comfortable assigning yung essay writing homework. Yung iba naman, hindi na kasi isipin nila puro ChatGPT lang yung gagamitin ng mga bata. And I think, wala po talagang isang sagot dyan. It all boils down dun sa mutual trust between the teacher and the students. So I think, yung mga teachers na very confident sila sa tinuro nila sa mga students and kung na-shape nila yung values ng mga students na maayos, I think itong mga teachers na to will still feel comfortable asking their students to write essays at home. Kasi they might feel confident na hindi mandadaya yung students nila. And kilala naman ng mga teachers yung students nila eh. Alam nila dyan yung kung sino yung hindi talaga mandadaya, at alam nila dyan kung sino yung malamang mandadaya, etc. Pero at the end of the day, yung decision whether to assign essay writing as a homework to students, nasa teacher talaga yan. Kasi sila yung nakakaalam ng students nila eh. Pero ang ano ko dyan is, for you to really feel comfortable na mag-assign ng ganyan sa mga students nyo, I think we need to develop a strong foundation of values within our students. Bawal mandaya, ikaw rin ang talo pag mandadaya ka, etc. So once yung value formation has been taken care of, then we will feel more comfortable assigning essay writing as a homework to our students. And in fact, actually, yun nga yung dapat unahin muna natin siguro yung values formation kasi padami na ng padami yung hindi mo pwedeng i-assign sa mga students dahil sa AI. So in the end, para lang makombat mo yan dahil ang bilis nga ng development ng AI, you should develop a relationship with your students na basically magkakaroon kayo ng usapan na wala mandadaya sa atin. Tayo rin yung talo pag dinaya natin yung gawa natin. And once nyo ma-reach nyo yung relationship na confident ka na hindi sila mandadaya and yung mga students nyo naman mahihiya sila mandaya dahil magaling kayong teacher, then I think solve na yung problem nyo. I mean, kahit anong dumating na AI dyan, assign na kayo assign, you will feel comfortable assigning homework to your students. Of course, hindi po maiiwasan na may mga teachers na ang paniniwala is hindi na dapat bigyan ng essay writing homeworks ng students. Kasi maybe they think even yung mga honest students will be tempted to use ChatGPT to do their assignments. So, pag ganun po yung paniniwala ng teacher, I think dapat mag-focus na lang siya sa pagbibigay ng writing assignments inside the classroom. So doon mo sa loob ng classroom papasulatin ng essays or other writing assignments yung students. And of course, magkakaroon to ng time limit kasi nasa loob ng classroom eh. So, ito yung tinatawag na timed in-class writing. Sa loob ng classroom magsusulat yung mga bata. Dahil nga, hindi natin masabi pag sa bahay mo pinasulat, baka may mga bata na gamitin nila yung ChatGPT, yun yung submit nila. Okay? So, ito po, review ko lang yung konting pros and cons ng timed in-class writing. Okay? Yung pros po, it will ensure academic integrity. So, sigurado tayo na sila yung gagawa ng work nila kasi nasa loob sila ng classroom eh. So, hindi sila pwede mandaya by using ChatGPT. Number 2, equal opportunities for everyone. So, ito po, dahil nasa loob ng classroom, pare-pareho sila ng resources, pare-pareho sila ng amount of time to write. Basically, may equality as far as the assignment is concerned. Wala pong nakakalamang dahil may mas magandang computer or may access sa internet and ChatGPT, yung isa wala. So, equal po lahat sa loob ng classroom. Number 3, it improves focus and concentration. Di ba po kung kailangan mo mag-sulat inside the classroom within a certain time limit, kailangan mong mag-concentrate talaga or mag-focus. Hindi ka pwede makipagdaldalan. And isa pang advantage is pwedeng magbigay yung teacher ng real-time guidance sa mga students. Pwede niya i-observe kung paano magsulat yung mga bata. Pwede magtanong sa kanya yung mga bata ng questions habang nagsusulat. And the teacher can help the students as they write their essay. And number 5, real-time critical thinking, nasasanay po dyan yung mga bata. Pag nasa loob sila ng classroom, limited yung time to write, napipilitan silang matrain mag-isip instantly or in real time. Okay? And isa pa, yung pag-iisip na yan will, of course, be independent. Kasi busy lahat eh. So, hindi pwedeng magtanungan, etc. So, this will also foster, independent thinking, yung timed in-class writing. Ito naman po yung cons, na pag ang lahat ng writing is nandun na sa loob ng classroom. No po? 1, it limits deeper engagement dun sa writing process. So kasi minsan yung writing, kailangan niya ng yung momentum or inspiration para maganda yung pagsulat mo. And sometimes that takes time. Pero kung bibigyan mo lang ng 1 hour yung mga bata, kailangan nilang magsulat agad, they will not have the time to really engage deeply with the writing process. Hindi sila pwedeng i-review uli nila yung ginawa nila, tapos i-revise, i-edit ng paulit-ulit until ma-perfect. Hindi, they won't have time for that. So, yun. So, yun isang problem with in-class writing. Isa pa is, dahil sa time constraint, hindi ka pwede mag-assign ng mahabang writing tasks. So basically, ang pwede mo lang assign yung mga maiiksing isulat. So I think that's also a great disadvantage kasi minsan kailangan i-train yung student na gumawa ng mahabang papers eh. And in fact, di ba sa college nga, yan lang yung ginagawa natin. Another disadvantage is increased pressure and anxiety on the part of the student. Ang masama nito kasi, may mga estudyante na pag pressured sila or anxious sila, iba yung resulta versus sa kung relax sila. So pwedeng kung sa bahay mo sila pinasulat, pwedeng dahil relax sila doon, ang ganda ng susulatin nila, ang dami ideas. And pag sa classroom naman sila, dahil pressured sila doon, pwedeng wala sila maisulat, nagkakaroon ng mental block. So yan isang another big disadvantage ng kung ang gagawin na lang natin is in-class writing. And then, definitely, pag in-class writing, wala ka ng research-based writing, which is also very important, di ba? Kasi sa buhay natin, marami tayong kailangang matutunan. Or marami tayong pwedeng matutunan by doing research and then writing a paper on yung findings ng research natin. So not being able to do this or teach the students to do this will be a great disadvantage. Ngayon, ito pa yung, nag-research pa ako ng ibang tips, aside from yung values formation on how to really handle itong problem na may ChatGPT na, ito po yung ibang na-research ko, no? So, ito po, itong mga tips na to, ano pa yung pwede nyong gawin para yung mga bata mas matrain nyo on how to write essays without them cheating by using ChatGPT. Okay? So, number 1 is to make them appreciate that writing is a process. So, minsan kasi pag sinabing writing, ang iniisip lang ng bata, yung sinulat nila, yun na yun. Yung output ng writing process, akala nila yun yung writing itself. Ngayon, if you're a good English teacher, sasabihin mo hindi. You should appreciate the writing process. So basically, yung writing process, di ba, it starts with brainstorming. Yan yung nag-iipon ng ideas yung bata, nagagamitin niya ron sa essay niya for the topic assigned. And then yung outlining. So gagawa siya ng outline ng susulatin niya based dun sa nakuha niya ideas. Next is drafting. Based on the outline, gagawa siya ng rough draft ng essay niya. And then, yung iteration ng revising and editing, pabalik-balik until ma-perfect niya yung isasubmit niya. So basically, yun yung writing process eh. Once your students appreciate that, they would like to go through the writing process itself. Hindi yung itatype mo lang yung prompt mo sa ChatGPT and then hihintayin mo na isasubmit mo sa teacher. Kasi walang walang pride nor dignity in that eh. Dapat yun yung ma-realize ng mga students na kung may isasubmit sila, dapat pinaghirapan nila para may pride sila dun sa work na isasubmit nila. Okay, another tip is, of course, ito, given na ito eh, promote critical thinking and analysis in the writing. So, I think you should assign homeworks na mga kailangan na interpretation of situations or ideas, and then critiquing of issues or ideas, and analyzing situations, etc. So, yan ang i-assign nyo and, para ma-develop yung critical thinking sa mga bata. Although, of course, pag ginamit uli nila yung ChatGPT, makapakita rin ng ChatGPT to. So, babalik tayo dun sa values formation na naman, na dapat i-train natin yung mga students natin na maging honest. And then, mag-implement daw ng peer review session. So, basically, yung mga students, they will review each other's work so that they learn from each other. And then, siguro, kung alam mong re-reviewin yung trabaho mo ng another student, mahiya ka rin mandaya kasi baka mahuli na meron kang sinulat doon na alam nila, hindi mo naman idea eh. So this would be a good exercise sa loob ng classroom. And then, personalized writing assignments. So, alimbawa, yung ibibigay yung writing assignments sa student is something na siya lang yung pwedeng sumulat. Hindi niya magagamit yung ChatGPT for this. So maybe, kunwari, i-interviewin niyo yung isang bata about his or her experiences or ideas or thoughts on something. Interviewin niyo muna. And then based on yung nakuha yung knowledge or information dun sa bata, you can give him or her an assignment that is more personal based on what he or she shared with you. So, pag gano'n na ang binigay mo assignment, hindi niya na magagamit yung ChatGPT kasi yung information na kailangan for that assignment, hindi naman alam ng ChatGPT yun eh. Diba? And then, ito mahalaga to. And in fact, this is part of yung values formation na sinasabi ko eh. Teach students about ethical AI use na yung, well, siguro, start na, huwag ka mandaya. Pwede mo nang gamitin yung AI as a tool eh, to improve your, to get ideas, etc. Pero yung writing itself, you should do it yourself. Diba? So yung ethical AI is maraming maraming dimensions to. So Kasama na dyan yung dapat pag gumamit ka ng AI, you will not harm or discomfort anybody, yung mga ganon. Pero for our vlog tonight, basically, this will focus on being honest. Huwag ka mandadaya, huwag kang gagamit ng ChatGPT, tapos yung output na isasubmit mo. Just be honest, right? Kung ano yung kaya mo, and then isubmit. Just to summarize, yes, mahirap na ngayon magbigay ng essay writing homework sa students kasi baka gamitin nila yung ChatGPT. Pero may mga pwedeng gawin, like, one, kung ganun ka, hindi ka comfortable, i-develop mo muna yung values within your students and teach them ethical use of AI para dumating kayo sa point na ang relationship nyo is comfortable ka na hindi sila mandadaya and sila naman ayaw nila mandaya kasi they like you as a teacher. So gusto ka nila sundin. So pag nadala niyo yung relationship to that point, I think okay na yun. And yan, of course, wala kung hindi mo madadala sa ganun and you will not be comfortable assigning homeworks, doon ka lang talaga mako-confine ka sa timed in-class writing. Sa loob ng classroom mo papasulatin yung mga bata. Pero okay lang yun kasi better than nothing. At least nagsusulat sila. May mga pros siya, may mga cons. Yun, nabanggit ko na. I-ano lang natin, i-apply natin so that we can conduct the process in an excellent manner. Yan po. So, I hope maraming natutunan ng English teachers sa vlog na to. Maraming salamat po sa pakikinig. Hanggang sa uulitin po. Thank you.